Okay. Okay.
I shit my goddamn pants.
Oh.
Band do damage, band make a dance and band do damage, band make a bitch dog daddy, band do damage, band make a bitch dog daddy.
I said hip hop, I hip it to the hip hop. You don't stop the rock to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie the beat.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Hip hop, 50 years old. Is it time to celebrate, or is it time for hospice? That's what I will be breaking down right now. Hip hop, 50 years old, half a century of hip hop. When I think of things reaching a certain age, when I was like looking at the stats and how everyone celebrates, you know, how hip hop became the most listened to genre or the most popular genre. Everybody was so happy about that. And then this year we see that no hip hop album has hit the charts #1. It took Lil Uzi. Shout out Lil Uzi, I fuck with Lil Uzi. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my peers, they couldn't understand the changing of the guard when it came to hip hop. You know, they still want their 90s niggas to be the ones running hip hop. And most of them 90s niggas are like 45, 50, 55 years old. You saw MC Shan on TV. Okay. You saw MC Shan on TV or whatever you saw him on. You saw him on the internet looking hospice ready. You saw that nigga looking hospice ready. Everyone is celebrated. Shout out Lil Uzi, shout out Travis Scott, the new thought leaders of hip hop. When hip hop became the most listened to genre, how old was rock and roll? You know what I mean? Because hip hop is youth culture. You know what I'm saying? And we prided ourselves in the 90s when we was in high school. We prided ourselves on hip hop being youth orientated, right? Youth orientated. There is nothing that is 50 years old that's considered youth. 50 years old is midlife crisis time. 50 years old is we have to reevaluate our health, right? We have to slow down a little bit. We can't enjoy all the things that we used to enjoy, right? There was a time, you know, you had Griselda and everybody was like,
yeah, pure hip hop is coming back. Lyricism is coming back.
Right? It is in a way, right? Lyricism is coming back. Lyrics is coming back. People are paying more attention to songwriting and song structure. But it's never coming back in the way that where someone that's 50 years old can come and dominate. You know, I like Nas. I consider me and Nas like hip-hop peers in a way. You know, he's an intellectual guy, an intellectual song maker just like I am. Very technical, like Eminem, like Kendrick Lamar, Lupe Fiasco. But I listen to Magic too. And it just, even the songs that I liked, because I'm a lyrical technician. I like lyricists and people that string together words and syllables and all that. I like that stuff still. Even though I can get down with the Young Thugs and the Migos and all that shit too, because they have technical skills. My peers couldn't get down with none of that. 2 Chainz, they couldn't get down with none of that. And so they've been passed up by the culture. So they have to hide in this little niche of underground rap, which, let me tell you something. Since the internet blown up, since the internet, there's no such thing as commercial or underground anymore. The internet has blurred those lines because Nas is mainstream. J. Cole is mainstream. Kendrick Lamar is mainstream. I know we want to, you know, put these people in underground backpack. West Side Gun is shooting for mainstream goals. He was on Travis Scott's album. He didn't say,
Hey, oh no, Travis Scott, you're mainstream. I can't be on your album.
right? Nas did a song with Lil Nas X, which should have been a big no-no for Nas for a lot of reasons. But guess what Nas wants? He wants that mainstream look. Hip-hop is 50 years old, so now it's time to put hip-hop in the hospice. It's getting close. While everybody's celebrating, get a plot of land, get a gravestone, formulate some kind of will, the genre is dying, right? The genre is dying. The reason why hip-hop became the #1 genre for the time that it did was because all the other genres, rock and roll, blues, R&B, country, all of those genres have reached 50 years old. Now I'm tapped in, I'm tuned in to the culture because I like the culture. I've always liked the culture, the whole culture, not just the things that made me feel good in high school. I said it a few years ago, about 5 years ago, in 2018, 2017, 2016. Hip hop to me was in its best place for a person like me, because there were more relatable people to me than ever. In the 90s, we had all these characters. Nobody was using their real name on the mic. There was just an interview with Ice Cube and Tucker Carlson, right? Now, a lot of black people and Democrat-leaning and liberal-leaning black people are upset at Ice Cube for doing an interview with Tucker Carlson, right? But here's how I look at it. I look at it like this. Tucker Carlson and Ice Cube are part of the same brotherhood. These celebrities don't represent us. They're corporate entities for commerce. When Ice Cube was talking to Tucker Carlson, right? Do we even know if that's his real name, Tucker Carlson, Tucker? See, these people get named these weird names because they know they don't have to live a regular life. They don't have to go to regular schools. They don't have to get regular jobs. Their parents would name someone Tucker because they don't have to deal. They're going to school with the sons and daughters of millionaires and innovators and stuff like that. Ice Cube used the name Ice Cube during that interview, right? He didn't say O'Shea Jackson and everybody like, oh, you know, Ice Cube is being brutally honest in this interview. Mm-hmm. Did he use his real name? And then there was like a description of the video, like with Ice Cube saying, they're lying to you. Who? Because you're included in that, Ice Cube. See, this is what hip hop looks like at 50 years old, where Ice Cube is sitting down with a white man who in the 90s, you know, he wouldn't have sat down with, right? Did Ice Cube sit down with George Bush or President Reagan or any of the talking heads from the Republican side back in the 90s? No, he was dissing them because he had records to sell. Just like today, he has things to sell. He has a son that's in the Hollywood machine, right? So is he going out is he finna expose everybody? Oh, Ice Cube is exposing everybody. So then what? So his son ain't gonna be able to work? Did he expose his son? Did he say, oh, like even my son is going through this? No. He's not going to expose everything to the point where his son is not going to be able to work. You know what I mean? He's not going to expose it too much where his son can't get a Hollywood job, right? Nepotism, right? And his son is named O'Shea too, right? Okay. Hip hop is 50 years old. It's time to get some dental work. Time to get a prostate exam, hip hop. It's time to do all that, right? You can't associate yourself with youth culture. And then a lot of my peers have aged out too. They don't want to admit it, right? They're old. And old is not your age. Let's not get it twisted. Old is not your age because these numbers were created by the brotherhood. We don't know the shape of the earth. We've been told the shape of the earth. We don't know if the sun rotates or the earth rotates and it takes 365 days. The concept of days was in time was man-made. We just know that the sun appears and disappears. There's light and then there's dark. That's what the brotherhood knows. That's why they have the checkerboard, right? Light and dark. They know that, right? Time is man-made, right? And being old is not about your age, it's about your mind state and how you react to new information and changing stimuli and environments, right? So that's what being old is about. When you old, like there's a lot of old men out here that like, you know, they done aged out. They stayed in echo chambers and they didn't develop themselves or adapt to new things. They wanted everything to stay the way it was when they was at their peak in life. The good old days were good old days because you were younger. A lot of people was cool because they was young. When they got older, they could not maintain that coolness, right? I know a lot of people, right? Happy 50th anniversary. If you were to go, but don't get mad, check them out right now. Comes along. They somewhere depressed, you know, hiding from life, and that's good for them. See you soon, you know. So happy 50th anniversary hip hop. But don't get mad when somebody younger comes along. All right, hip hop. You had a good run, but now that run is over with. All right. See you soon.